It's another week, and one of the highlights of the political events in Nigeria, especially given the the crisis of tariff crisis, in international trade or in international relations today between China, mostly between China and the United States. Nigeria, the Federal Executive Council and the president have now approved the Nigeria First Procurement Policy. Now, what it means is that when it comes to procurement for ministries, department, and agencies of government, they put made in Nigerian product first. Wow, laudable achievement. But come to think of it, don't you think this is more like a slap or is a laughable policy in Nigeria, considering that from the president down to even the ministers, the governors, they all use made in abroad cars, foreign cars. Let's start with the president. He rides on the latest Escalade. Now, this Escalade costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, what that is doing is contributing to other economies. Now, go to National Assembly, go to the Senate President, the Speaker, the members of House of Rep, the senators, even the minister, one of the ministers that drives around in a Rolls Royce. Imagine a minister of the Federal Republic driving in a Rolls Royce. How much is his salary? But that is not my business anyway. But come to think of it, you know, there's a clear demarcation between enacting or promulgating a policy and actually having the political will to implement that policy. Because I ask, if the government is saying made in Nigeria first, cars are also made in Nigeria. We have the Nord, we have the Innocent. What happened to the government stamping its feet on the ground to say all ministries, all agencies of government from now, any car purchase or car importation, what have you, banned, buy your cars from Innocent and Nord. So to create employment for Nigerians, create revenue for government, and all manner of things, and help the to grow the GDP. But of course, his policy is just policy in Nigeria. Political will to implement them is actually zero. Because if you ask yourself, if you go to a lot of ministries today, some things, if you go to around Nigeria, most things are still important as something as minute as toothpick. It's just by the way. We just hope the government will have the political will to ensure that the procurement policy is implemented to the latter. Now, another thing I want to talk about today is what I call political sycophancy. Now, in case you don't know, political sycophancy is a practice, of flattering or excessively praising political figures, especially the president, the governors, to gain favor or advance one's own position. Unfortunately, in Nigeria today, we have so many political sycophants who have refused to tell the truth to power, all because they tell the president everything is going well, they tell the governor everything is going well. Like in Katsina, we have the billboard to say that nobody is suffering in Katsina. Meanwhile, in some rural areas in Katsina, people do not even have water to drink. In some states in Nigeria, there is not even water to drink. But the people, the elites, all those who want to curry political favor, will always tell the governor, the president, everything is fine. They sing the praises of the governor, and then you see them, especially, Ganduje always wearing the cap with the insignia of the president logo, on his cap. Political sycophancy has made it even difficult for, a governor. Political sycophancy will make a governor. Don't say the governor of Edo State that will forget that federal allocation is a constitutional obligation, and he will tell people to praise the president for giving federal allocation to Edo State, which is a constitutional requirement. It's an obligation that the president must fulfill. Otherwise, it's an impeachable offense. But due to political sycophancy, the governor will say that you need to applaud the president for giving giving allocation to the state. The allocation that is shared based on the formula derived by the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. The governor, these are some of the things that political sycophancy brings to our country. Political sycophancy will make a governor say, oh, Tinubu has performed 18/18 for Tinubu in 2027. The political sycophancy has made the governor to even forget that voting is done by the people, that you cannot promise to people 18/18. Have you taken the pulse of the people to find out if they are enjoying the government or not? Political sycophancy will make the governor, deputy governor, and entire political structure to move from one political party to another. So at the end of the day, it's not even about the people, it's about their own selfish interest. So they sing all manner of praises of the president. Oh, meanwhile, in the democracy, have they tested the pulse of the people to find if the people are actually enjoying? But obviously, Nigerians are not enjoying the administration. No, only political sycophancy will make a candidate. Let's look at this photo here. You can see a candidate will buy form. He wants to contest for election in Anambra State, but he will take the form to the president's daughter to show the president's daughter that he had bought a form, he wants to contest. It's only political cycle when the president's daughter doesn't even have a voter's card in Anambra State. She's not even the delegate to the primaries. So is he now saying that? So it's only political sycophancy that can make somebody do something like that. It's only in Nigeria that political sycophancy will make the National Assembly to forget that they are constitutionally mandated to checkmate the executive. And then they have become praise singers. You see the Senate president, speaker, all singing the praises of Tinubu to high heavens. They forget that what we have is not fusion of power, but separation of powers, where the legislature is strong on its own to checkmate, based on constitutional provision, to checkmate the activities of the executive, to ensure a well-balanced political system, functionality of the system. But of course, political sycophancy will make people like Daniel Boala, will make people like Reno Mokri, will make people like Fani Kayode to tell you that everything is fine. Meanwhile, the majority of Nigerians are not even enjoying the policies of government. It's so sad. It's only Nigeria. So some of the problems, aside ethnicity and religion, one of the problems affecting Nigeria that we see today is political sycophancy, where people who find themselves in a position of authority, who are there, are supposed to tell the government as it is, so they can fashion out a way to get things right. They'll tell the government everything is absolutely fine, just because they want to, achieve their personal aims and stuff like that. It's so unfortunate, the kind of politics that we practice in Nigeria in recent times. So just these days, you see everybody, wearing a cap with the insignia of the president, the logo on the president's cap. All this is not because they like the president. It's all political sycophancy. It's all sycophancy. Sycophancy to the core. You see Ganduje, you see everybody, wearing these things. It's sad. Sycophancy will make a minister will say, God told him Tinubu will do 8 years. God told you Tinubu will do 8 years. Is it based on your feelings? How about the masses who are supposed to be the direct beneficiaries of otherwise of the policies that emanate from a political system? It's very sad. It's very sad. Well, like I always say, it is what it is. We're in Nigeria, anything can happen. So please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And also share and like this video. Please get others to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please leave your comment and share. Please. Thank you.